Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I've got Denis Molina here with us. He is with One King Flooring. Dennis, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you coming on. Obviously, we've worked together quite a few times now, and you've helped several of my clients, and you've just done great work, and I appreciate what you do. And I thought it would be neat to get you on here, talk about your business, talk about trends in flooring, and go from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. So I can't remember how we first met, but I've had a couple houses now that have a hardwood floor, a solid 3/4 inch oak. And I tell everyone that if you have that kind of flooring, you really need a specialist. Anyone can take an LVP floor or a laminate floor and pop it in. Obviously, it takes skill to do that correctly, but someone who does not have the experience can maybe figure that out a little quicker, at least in my opinion, than they can with the hardwood flooring. So I thought I'd just jump right in here and show people some of the great work you have done for us. So this is our house, and this is a 3/4 inch solid oak. What is it? A white oak, Dennis, I believe.
Yeah, this is white oak, 2 1/4.
Yeah. So you just did great work for us here. Um, you put this on both our lower and our upper level. Again, this isn't the first job that you've done for us. You did the flooring in our previous house, and you did such good work there that it was just very important for us to get you out to do this job here. So, are you doing much hardwood flooring like this, or are you doing more LVP or laminate or engineered? What is the most common type of flooring for you right now?
Uh, we do nail down floors almost every week, but every week I can see more the engineered floors, more and more like laminates. We have some. We are doing some laminates, waterproof, scratch resistant from Pergo. And from Mohawk Redwood. People love that product. Really, they really love that product.
Very nice. So I feel like LVP has been really popular lately. LVP standing for what, luxury vinyl planks. Are you an LVP fan yourself, or what are your thoughts on that product?
Personally, I don't like LBP, but I probably for like a rental home. I don't know. Maybe it's a good option for, but the laminates definitely are way better than.
You like the laminate better. So I feel like when LVP first came out, the argument was that, okay, instead of a laminate has a plywood base, right? It has a little bit of wood underneath, and then it has kind of like a plastic top. But the argument with LVP was that it was solid vinyl, and you would hear people say that it was fully waterproof. That even if you had a slight flooding in the home, that the floor would survive. It sounds like that's not really proving to be the case, Dennis, on the LVP. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So I've
Um,
seen. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen some where you put the LVP floor down, and it actually over time I've seen it start to bubble.
Yes, that's right. Um, But about the LBP, I think in this Collin County or Frisco, McKinney, all these areas around here, I don't think LBP is a great option. I think depends of the house, but a lot of people prefer laminate floors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially, I always tell them, hey, the feeling of the LBP is the one people don't like. It feels like plastic. When you're walking on it, have the
Yeah,
feeling of plastic. And
yeah.
I
To
don't
me,
like that.
it almost kind of reminds me of linoleum, like directly on concrete, to where you can kind of see the ripples, you can kind of see the curvature of the floor underneath it. to whereas at least with the laminate, you feel like it's a thick layer, you feel like it's a hard surface that's actually, up above the concrete. So typically is LVP and laminate, are they similarly priced?
Yes,
Similar
laminate. Yes,
price.
similar price.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
yes, similar price.
So it sounds like between those two, between LVP and laminate, you like laminate better. Now, how about the engineered woods? Engineered correct me if I'm wrong, but it's similar to a laminate because it's got layers. It's got kind of like a wood, lower level, and then it's actually got a hardwood. So it's got plywood underneath, similar to a laminate, and then it's got a hardwood, just a thin veneer on the top. Is that correct for engineered?
Yes, that's correct.
So
And
how do you feel about that product compared to a laminate?
uh, you know, if compared to the starting price on engineered floors, I think I prefer the laminates, the ones we are selling from Pergo or Mohawk, the Revu Premier and Pergo Ultra. Those are great, great products. I'm not saying all laminates are good, okay? Just
Yeah.
some specific collections and are really, really good.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty interesting because I've seen in some showrooms where they put a plank of laminate next to an engineered plank, and I mean on some of them it's impossible to tell the difference in my opinion.
yeah,
They look so similar.
it feels like wood. Laminates, it feels like wood, and it also sounds like wood. Even when you touch it, and make the noise, it
Yeah,
feels like wood. So it's really great product. I really like laminates over
that's awesome. And then the
wood.
good thing about the laminate is you're going to have less scratches, right? It's going to be more scratch resistant than say an engineered hardwood that we've been discussing.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah. And you'll hear some people say that you can refinish the engineered hardwoods, but that would be so tricky because they have such a thin layer of real hardwood on top. You might be able to get someone to carefully, carefully sand it and refinish it one time. But, on a true hardwood, on a 3/4 inch hardwood, like you put in my house here, that's a surface where you can refinish that probably, over the years, you could probably do it several times, right, Dennis?
Yes, you can refinish that product. I think up to 7 times.
Is that
Depends.
right? Wow. Yeah, well, you did a really good job on ours, and we like the color here. I'm sure you remember it was tough for us to pick the color,
Yeah.
uh, but we ended up finding a color that looked light. And another thing that surprised me, historically, I've always thought that oak was a floor that was always going to have a loud grain, pretty much no matter what type of stain you put on it. But I was incorrect because there are stains, like the one we did here, to where it doesn't look loud. It doesn't have that loud. I almost call it like a tiger print grain, tiger grain, if you will, that you see so often with oak.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Well, you did great on ours here, man. What are some other floors that you guys do? We've talked about LVP, we've talked about laminate, we have talked about engineered hardwood, and then, of course, we've talked about nail down solid hardwoods.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. Solid wood is probably our main. We do a lot of solid wood, especially here in our area is McKinney, Frisco, and all these neighborhoods have a lot of solid. You see a lot of houses with nailed down hardwood around here,
Yeah.
and also we are doing a lot of new constructions. We are doing engineered floors. I'll be honest with you. All new houses right now, the builders or designers, they really like engineer hardwood or laminates also and LBP. Some of the LBPs are really good, but someone who knows a lot about floors and remodel, they would prefer probably laminate floors. I like I say, we talk about that one.
So you mentioned how builders are preferring, a lot of times the engineered hardwoods. Do you ever use the pre-finished solid hardwoods, the types that are, they're not engineered, but they're actually finished on the top?
No in new homes, I'll be honest. No new homes
Yeah,
because whether it's unfinished or pre-finished product. And but right now with the builders on new homes, you will see a lot of engineered floors. I think I don't
yeah.
know, a lot of engineered floors.
Got it. Got it. Now, one thing that I know you always do on the nail down hardwoods is you always add a filler between the planks. You always use a wood filler between the planks. That's not possible on an engineered wood, right? Because you're not going to go back over it and refinish it.
Yeah. An engineer is like a pre-finished product, so we have to make sure this prep the floor. The prep is really important in engineered floor. Make sure the concrete is level and they check the moisture. Also, moisture is very important. And compared to nail down, is a lot of labor. We finish projects of let's say if you have a 1,000 square feet. And with engineer floor, we finish in 3 or 4 days.
Hmm.
And when you have a solid, if you want to do nail down, we say it's like 3 weeks or
Yeah.
1 month.
Yeah.
And you have to stay out of your house. So that's the bad side of the nail down floors. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I know that firsthand. So just to reiterate, guys, if you do a pre-finished floor, whether that be engineered, laminate, LVP, correct me if I'm wrong, Dennis, but you guys can get in and you can get out
Yeah,
versus on the nail down hardwoods, all the furniture has to be moved out.
yeah,
The subfloor has to be ready. So I
yeah.
know in our house, you even used a compound on the floor to make it more level. The wood product has to actually acclimate to the house. So you have to bring it in. You have to let it sit for how long, just for the acclimation?
Um, Depends. Could be 4 to 7 days. Depends on.
Right. So
Yeah.
you've got that, you've got to put it down, you've got to sand it, you have to stain it, you have to seal it, you have to seal it again. So these the real hardwood floors, guys, they are beautiful, but they are a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
And imagine for a new guy learning all that process that you described. It's
yeah,
so hard for a new guy. Just try to learn all this and nail down. It's a lot of work.
yeah, very cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on with us today, man. And what's a good way for people to reach you, Dennis?
Yeah, they can in Facebook and our Facebook page. They can One King Flooring at One King Flooring or at onekingflooring.com. They can easily, if you live around Frisco, McKinney, that's our area basically. And so it's very easy to set up and schedule a free and home estimate and or call me.
Awesome. So the number one, and then King, one King flooring. And guys, message me. I've got Dennis's number as well if you'd like to have him come out for a quote. And again, I personally recommend you guys because you do such great work. There have been times where you did a job for us and I thought we were done. And you said, "Hey, man, I need to come back out because I noticed a little problem." And it wasn't even a flaw that I noticed, but you take such great pride in your work that you actually want to come back out and do those tweaks that I may not have even thought about. So
We
good job.
never done. We never done.
For that,
Especially we never done. Especially with you.
especially with me. Yeah. Well,
Right. Every customer with every client, right? We I always try to. We always come back, even 6 months. Actually, I'm offering lifetime warranty, so I
yeah.
always love to come back and fix stuff and learn together. Actually, you know.
Well, good deal, man. Well, good work. And guys, if you have any interest in having flooring done to your house, do you guys even do other types of floor like carpet, tile, things like that?
Yeah, not tile, but yeah, carpet, vinyl plank, laminates and solid hardwood. That's our main focus right now.
Awesome. Well, guys, reach out to Dennis if you need a quote. And Dennis, thanks again for coming on with us today.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye.